When it comes to governance, GitHub provides a top-down approach where settings from the enterprise flow down to the organization and in turn the repository. Let's explore some of the most recent updates and powerful options available to you as an enterprise or org admin. Repositories are a good place to start when looking at managing our enterprise, given it's the core of where code is created. From here, we can create a new policy for how our repositories are created and deleted. We can list the roles of people who are allowed to bypass these restrictions and determine which orgs and repos these rules apply to. You'll notice we're able to limit the visibility for new repos, say for example, disallowing the creation of new public repos. We can also limit who's allowed to create repos and provide naming restrictions as well. Let's turn our attention to one of the biggest features from GitHub Copilot. We have the ability to determine where our teams have access to Copilot, say on github.com, the CLI, or in chat. You can disable preview features if you desire. Notice how we can set this at the enterprise or allow it to be selected on an org by org basis. Remembering from before, it's top-down, so enterprise values override org values. You also have an ability to enable or disable filtering of matching code. You can even determine which models are available to your users. As new ones are released, this list is updated, giving you full control. If we take a look at an organization in this enterprise, we'll see many of the settings with a lock icon indicated they're being set by the enterprise, again following that top-down pattern. This allows you to ensure you're using Copilot and its features based on the rules set forth by your enterprise. Of course, we also need to control who has access to licenses for Copilot. You'll notice there's a UI for this, where you can set all members of an organization to have access, or take a finer level of control by assigning users or teams. You can even integrate with your external authentication provider if you're using one, allowing you to centralize how you manage access. As with many settings in GitHub, there's also an API available for managing users. If you wish to automate the process to bulk load users or to implement self-provisioning, everything you need is available. Speaking of APIs, there's also APIs for getting usage data for Copilot. You can take the JSON data and export it to a database or reporting tool, or do like I did here and vibe code a dashboard. I can enter the name of an organization and get a nice overview of how many users are taking advantage of Copilot and the stats for chat and code completion, and even get down to language-specific data for code completion. The data that's available here is continuing to expand. Changing gears, let's focus on one of the most, if not the most important aspect to software development today, security. Configuring the various options available can be a little bit confusing. To help streamline this process, you can set the recommended security defaults for your organization. This will include enabling code scanning, dependabot alerts, and push protection to block secrets from your repo, to name just a few settings. Of course, if you want a finer level of control, you can set that as well. You can enable all of these features individually, ensuring you have the security posture appropriate for your enterprise. As before, you also have the ability to set values at the organization level. You're always in control. Now, if we're being honest, there's likely not a single enterprise without some level of security debt. Fortunately, there's a host of tools available to you to both see your current status and streamline the process of remediating faults. You have a security dashboard from which you can view reports about existing vulnerabilities and burn down charts. You can also implement campaigns which allow you to identify a class of vulnerability, say SQL injection in JavaScript code, to streamline the process of resolving issues. You'll notice we can also have access to Copilot Autofix here, which can allow us to implement a potential fix with just the click of a button. As the toolset available to you grows from GitHub, so do the tools available to you for managing everything.